with Katie Couric.
Good evening, everyone. In his State of the Union, President Obama called on Democrats and Republicans to work out their differences. Today, they hashed them out at an extraordinary meeting in Baltimore. The Democratic president was invited to appear at a gathering of House Republicans, and he accepted. He started by addressing them, and then he debated them. Chip Reed is at the White House. And Chip, we've never seen a face-off quite like this between a president and members of the opposition party.
That's right, Katie. It was extraordinary, and it was a command performance by the president. In fact, some Republicans are wondering if they made a mistake by allowing TV cameras in the room. House Republicans welcomed the president with a standing ovation and went out of their way to set a respectful tone.
And Mr. President, we really are grateful that you've come.
The questions, though, went straight to the heart of their fundamental disagreements.
Will you consider supporting across-the-board tax relief as President Kennedy did?
Throughout, the president stood his ground.
What you may consider across-the-board tax cuts could be, for example, greater tax cuts for people who are making $1 billion. I may not agree to a tax cut for Warren Buffett.
But it was on health care reform when he finally revealed his exasperation with Republican attacks.
But if you were to listen to the debate, and frankly how some of you went after this bill, you'd think that this thing was some Bolshevik plot. No, I mean, that's how you guys presented it.
He blamed them for destroying any real chance of working together.
You've given yourselves very little room to work in a bipartisan fashion because what you've been telling your constituents is this guy's doing all kinds of crazy stuff that's going to destroy America.
But an old friend noted that when they both served in the Illinois legislature, Obama was known for reaching across the aisle.
Over the past year, in my view, that attribute hasn't been in full bloom.
The president then conceded both sides are at fault.
So, just a tone of civility instead of slash and burn would be helpful.
Throughout what was essentially a policy debate, the president demonstrated intimate knowledge of the issues.
We'd refund part of your payroll tax for every dollar you increase those wages faster than inflation. There's a simple concept.
And deep familiarity with Republican positions.
So I understand. I've actually read your bills. You know, I've read your legislation.
When the scheduled 45 minutes was up, the president said, let's keep going.
You know, I'm having fun.
Republicans were on their best behavior. There were no you lie moments. But when the president thought the last question was unfair, he let them know it.
Will that new budget, like your old budget, triple the national debt?
That's factually just not true. And you know it's not true.
Hensarling, though, didn't back down. Obama talks a good game, he said, but
I find myself agreeing with about 80% of what he says. I just tend to disagree with about 80% of what he does.
Here at the White House, some believe this could be a game changer for the president. As one official put it, this is the best thing the president has done in a very long time. Katie?
Chip Reed at the White House tonight. Thank you. Bob